Welcome to the Lee Michaels Show with Carol and your daily cast of characters, where we discuss the issues of the day, entertainment news, what's really going on in Washington, and the world. Why don't we just hear it from the horse's mouth himself?
We can't have someone in the Oval Office who doesn't understand the meaning of the word confidential or classified. I don't think it's safe to be briefed on national security because the word will get out. I know at some point they're going to be calling, they're going to want to brief me.
Like right now.
But I'm not a talker about this stuff. This is like Watergate, only it's worse.
Yes, it is.
Because here, our foreign enemies were in a position to hack our most sensitive national security secrets.
And you're working
Of course,
with them.
it turns out the Russians didn't need to hack Hillary's email server. They were able to hack Trump's mouth.
This is like Watergate, only it's worse.
Yes.
The Lee Michaels Show on the Power of Voices Radio Network.
Can you believe this moron? He's out of control. He has no respect for you or me and any other Americans in this country. He's got to go. Gotta go, gotta go. Not tomorrow, but RAT now. That's what I'm talking about. Welcome to the Lee Michaels Show. Carol is in the house like a child on punishment, and the cast of characters have already logged in. Everybody's in their place, and we're ready to kick this thing off. Roger Ailes is dead. Bye-bye.
He's looking up at us right now, looking up at us.
Yes, indeed. That's a position he should be in because he was a low-life character. I'm sorry for the loss to his family, but I think they're the only ones that loved him. All this other fake-ass media stuff. Oh, he was a great guy. No, he was a low-life dog. He was he was Trump's daddy.
An adversary of the devil.
Exactly. What's up, Carol?
Well, did you see NBC News announce that the federal investigators have issued a subpoena for former Trump campaign manager?
Chump?
Yeah, Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's a good step in the right direction. You think,
Yeah, but there's
you
a
think they're going to
terrible
get him?
thing going on in New York right now right in the middle of the city.
Yeah.
Some guy started mowing people down. I
in a
think
car?
one's dead so far, and
Oh, God.
I think 12 people are hurt. But they caught the guy,
Yeah.
a young guy.
It's hard to get away
Really?
in New York, driving up and down those streets because there ain't too many places you can go. Unless you got a helicopter.
Somebody got some feedback. Sound like a radio coming through.
That's probably a Alpho.
Alpho.
Yeah. Alpho, welcome to the show. How you doing?
Oh, hell, he left.
They just took off.
Hey,
right.
Lee, my friend of mine told me that he had some erectile problems, and
Yeah.
he went to his doctor, and they have this new procedure where they can take a baby elephant's trunk and attach it to the man's member.
You stupid.
And he said he went and did it, and the doctor called him back a week later, and he said, "How's everything working?" He said, "Well, it works fine." He said, "I was at the restaurant the other night, though, eating, and all of a sudden the trunk came up from under the table and grabbed a potato off my plate and went back down." And the lady sitting across the dining room said, "Can you do that again?" He said, "Ma'am, I don't know if my asshole can hold another one."
So this is in Times Square.
Oh, that's terrible.
Now they're saying 19 people are injured.
That's terrible.
Did he have a Trump bumper sticker on his car?
Yeah, really.
I don't think so. I think it's kind of sad. I'm
It
glad,
was
he,
I'm glad
what was
Sky's
he-
back.
was he
I have a lot of
Islamic?
family
Was
in
it-
New York.
Did they know his ethnicity or his religious beliefs?
I seen one news when they said something.
What was his name? Do they know his name yet?
No, I have to look it up. I'm sure they do because they caught him.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
they caught him alive.
Oh, yeah. It's hard to get away in New York City.
Well, the
driving
guy
a
that
car.
did that in Venice didn't get away. He was mown down like he was
Yeah. But the
playing a video game.
streets are so tight there, and there's a bunch of one way. You can't get away.
Then they had a wreck there, too, this morning
A wreck
See what
where?
his name was.
in New York,
Yeah.
around the same area in Times Square.
Richard Rojas, a 26-year-old Bronx resident with 2 prior DWIs. So, maybe.
So it happened early this morning, huh? Well, this morning in New York. He was probably coming back from the all-night club, drunk.
7 injured people placed on stretchers.
That's sad. Well, we'll pray for those victims.
Well, I wonder why they're saying more people are injured. 19 now.
Well, as these
this was
stories
an hour
unfold,
ago.
it goes up. Sometimes it goes up,
And
sometimes
if
it goes
he had
down.
good insurance, I got injured too.
Yeah, right. So, Chris, how you doing? Chris, were you having your oatmeal?
No, I don't eat oatmeal. That's Carol. I don't do oatmeal.
I'm eating it too.
Yeah. No, I'll just. You mentioned about Roger Ailes. Unfortunately, when I started at WLS as a tech producer, I was trained running the board on the Rush Limbaugh program, and Roger Ailes was the money man behind Rush Limbaugh.
Right.
So Rush started in Sacramento, California, worked his way to New York, and he was the man behind Rush before Fox News started.
So he brought that clown in.
It was him.
On the EIB radio network.
Yep.
The EIB.
The
Yep.
EIB radio network. I thought that was a black-owned company, EIB.
No.
No.
Somebody said the owners of EIB were African-American.
No, that's
That's
Earl
the first I've
Boston.
heard of that.
Earl Boston. Isn't his thing called
I
EIB?
know. EIB.
No, EBI. That's right. Earl,
I know
Earl
EIB.
Boston. No,
Let's see.
no. It ain't no black folks involved in that. Pretty dang sure.
I'm looking it up now.
Look it up.
Armstrong Williams becomes the largest black owner of TV station.
No. Armstrong's not involved in that. That's Knuckleheads Network. That's his own internal.
The Rush Limbaugh EIB network, Black Travel Tumblr EIB network, blah 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 blah. I don't know where I heard that.
Who cares? Who cares? But that's Rush Limbaugh's thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, Alpha, you straight? You got it going on over there now, huh? Maybe.
Maybe not.
You've muted yourself.
I'm telling you, we need to ship him a Jitterbug laptop.
Well, I got multiple voices going on, not just in my head, but in my ears. I haven't figured out how this is going.
Okay.
You're doing it.
Stop playing with it.
Yeah, you play with it.
Yeah. Once you get it working, just leave it. Set it and leave it alone. Can you hear us okay?
You're wheezing over there, bro.
That's
Grab
'cause
your
I didn't-
nebulizer and get a squirt.
I didn't have toys when I was little.
Obviously.
I can hear you fine, but I didn't have toys when I was little, so I had to play with it.
Oh, okay. That was a good comeback. So yeah, can you turn your mic volume up a little bit? Is that possible? You know how to do that?
Damn, you breathing off with it. You must be playing with it the way you breathing.
Maybe you got a 10-second delay over there? It takes
Well,
10 seconds to reply.
this is a whole new screen. This is a whole new screen that I had when you all told me I was alive and well, and I was coming through strong.
Yeah, you sound fine right now.
Yeah, it's okay.
He just pushed it. He just closed his push to talk.
Yeah. Yeah, when you don't want to talk, you can push the mute button there, and that'll silence you. So when you're eating that cheeseburger in the background, like Carol's eating her oatmeal, then we won't hear you munching. All right, so
I hope Frankie comes in.
yeah, she might come in.
I
You
want
know
to
how
talk
Frankie
about
is.
Logan, the movie Logan.
Oh yeah. What is Logan
Well, I'm
all
getting
about?
double
Well, it's
voices.
the Wolverine, and you have to see it. There's these kids now. I think they were cloned. I have to talk to her about it because I think he dies in it, and I think he's the same character. Well, he would be. Very good movie.
You know,
Yeah,
My
he was.
cat. Remember, I told you he was really into it.
Yeah, it was Hugh. It was Hugh Jackson's last performance as Wolverine.
Yeah. Did you see Logan?
I did see Logan.
Did
yes,
you
I liked
like it? It was great.
Very
huh?
strong movie.
Now,
yeah.
don't you think that little girl was a lot older than the character she played if you really looked at her face?
Well, yeah. Well, we know how Hollywood is. Of course, they get actors, actresses, depending on the timeline and age. But I think they came close to it.
Yeah. That was.
It was a good movie. Really, very strong, very
Oh, my
violent.
cat
Because
was so into it. It was ridiculous.
well, I'm glad your cat liked it. I know cat liked.
Why don't you get your cat on the show today and let us talk to her?
I don't take him out, the big one. None of them.
Which one, Fat Man or what's
Fat Boy
what's
was
cat's name?
watching it. He
Yeah,
was
bring
sitting
the
on
cat
another
in.
chair, and he was mesmerized. You know how the little girl was kicking ass with those claws?
Oh yes, yes.
He was watching that, and then he moved over to the bed, and he got scared and jumped off real fast.
Hey, have you ever laid a cucumber behind your cat? Have you done that yet?
No, why? Why?
Get a big cucumber, and when your cat's not looking, lay it down behind the cat, and then watch what happens when they turn around and see the cucumber.
Well, my cats
Google cucumber cats and watch the videos.
Yeah, but my cats are kind of weird. It's like most cats, if they seen a dog, they
Back
would
to animal
hiss.
porn
But my
again.
cats just looked at the dog.
No. It's for some reason cats are scared of cucumbers. I don't know what that's about, but
they jump up and
they jump
flip
way
out.
up in the air and shit their pants.
Yeah.
All right, little children's Uncle Basin. It's time for animal sex.
Has nothing to do with sex. It's just for some reason they have a fear of.
It freaks
Well,
them
not
out.
this one, no.
Yeah, it
I
freaks
don't
them
know.
out. I
I'm
think I've
going to
seen
get
that.
a cucumber and see how they react.
Yeah. And but make sure you turn on your camera.
All
I
right,
don't
so
know
I
if they
figured this
would.
out.
I'm telling you, my friend brought her dog over, and I said, "Let me put him in the room." She said, "You don't have to." They looked at her dog like, "What is this?" And I told you, there's a squirrel that comes up, and they just stare at him like,
They
"Hi,
say,
hi,
"Hey,
Mr.
Mom,
Squirrel."
we got a new roommate. Who is this? You want to introduce us to this character?"
Maybe her might react because her's the toughie.
Yeah. Typical female response. Wait a minute. Who are you? Who's your daddy? Put him to the
Yeah,
third
bring her
degree.
in there. Bring her to the studio.
Yeah.
No, because if she got away, I wouldn't find her because she's the type.
That's the
that
only way
hides.
Lee gonna get any pussy anyway. If you bring her up.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
I'm still tinkering.
That was a
I'm
low
still
blow.
tinkering here.
Oh, come on, Apollo. Why'd you have to go? It's too early in the morning for that.
Well, you don't work for Roger Ailes. I mean, you ain't gonna grab
Yeah, but
it
don't put
or
me in the
anything.
same bucket as that low-life dog. Jeez. Just because we're in broadcasting, that, there's no parallel there. There's no similarities. None. Zero.
Chelsea Clinton's talking about running for Senate. Please don't do that, Chelsea. Please
I think it's a good
find
idea.
another-
I think it is
No, I
too.
don't. No more
Sure.
Clintons. Come on,
Oh,
Chelsea.
stop hating.
Come on.
Be a journalist.
Would
Be
you
a
rather have
journalist.
Clinton now? Would you rather have Clinton now?
Not
Damn.
Chelsea.
Chelsea, Roger, Bobby, any kind of Clinton you want. Anything
No,
beats Donald
I want
Trump.
new blood. I want new blood. I'm
You
tired
want
of.
new,
yeah.
You want new blood? Go cut the back of your neck.
Why don't
Okay.
you cut these nuts with your tonsils? How about that?
Oh, man. Wow.
Jesus.
Give this guy a microphone and he gets wow.
Now, you think and he done got too big for his britches. It's either them cheeseburgers or that microphone. One of the two.
Well, is the microphone coming through clear? Because I still
Yeah, you
tinkering.
sound fine. We can even hear you wheezing.
Good, because I am wheezing. Is this oxygen I guess stuck
Sound
in my
like George
nose?
George Jefferson's wife up in here.
Oh, wheezy, huh? We get
Wheezy.
It. We get it. We get it.
That's funny.
We get it.
That's pretty clever. Quickie.
I'm good at those nowadays as I get older.
Oh,
he's
yeah,
quick.
quickie, sir.
He's quick. He's quick. Just ask his wife. Okay.
Yeah. All the slapstick one-liners this morning.
Yeah, I'm hip.
So let me
Some
ask you
rim
guys.
shots
Let's
there.
That's
go.
why we ain't married no more. I couldn't.
Hey,
I
there
couldn't.
you
I
go.
couldn't stay. I had no stamina.
There you go.
All right, we'll leave all that personal stuff out. But listen,
I'm just agreeing with
Let's
Al
go
Foley.
around the round table, and I'm gonna ask each of you the same question. Do you think 45 is going to survive? Carol, you first. Ladies first.
I don't know because he's made it this far. A lot of people feel
About
don't
125
impeach him, let it
days.
go to court so they can get it worse because they say Pence can come in and pardon him.
But do you well, of course he'll do that.
Well,
but-
definitely he should be out. He can't run this country.
But do you think he's going to be impeached?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Chris.
Yeah, I think he will be impeached, but we all know, once again, this is what we just said about Pence giving the pardon. But I think the true thing will go to Amendment 25 to prove that he's incompetent, unfit to run the presidency in that chair.
Okay. Apollo.
I don't think he'll be impeached. I think he'll realize he's about to be impeached and he'll resign and find out a way to claim victory, that he did everything he said he was going to do, and then say that he was the best president ever. And so I don't think that he'll I don't think he'll go through the impeachment. I think he'll find a way out. He'll resign. He'll figure a way to blame it on the country and the media, and he'll go and in his mind he will be a winner.
I
That's what
think you're right.
That's a good angle.
Because I seen that last night where people were saying that he's looking for a way to get out now.
Yeah. He'll
Open
say,
it-
I
open the
signed all
front
these
door."
executive orders. I did everything I said I was going to do. There's no need to waste time. I did all I can do, and I'm gone.
Well,
Will somebody please open the front door and let him get the hell out of there? All right, Alpha.
But then he could face criminal charges. Better if he did that, he could face criminal charges because he wouldn't be the sitting president. It'd be easier to prosecute him.
I thought the president was more or less immune to anything that he did while in office. There's like an umbrella of protection. No,
I didn't. Where is that? I didn't
I
know
don't know.
that they were above the
Very
law.
much so. That's constitutional.
Right.
But you're absolutely right. No, he will not be impeached, and this is why. And the Republicans own the House. They will not bring up articles of impeachment. Number two, if they do, the Senate you'll never garner 2/3 votes to impeach him fully and get him out of office. They impeached Clinton, but he beat him in the Senate.
Right.
Now, when you get right down to it, yes, he will be impeached. He will not leave office. He will remain. What the Republicans want are their tax cuts. Think about it. They're looking to cut the corporate rate from 25 to 15. They're looking to give a tax amnesty. All that money, the trillions of dollars that they have parked in banks overseas, to bring it back with a 2 or 3% tax on it. And this is what the Republicans want. They want to destroy Social Security. See, they govern their agenda, not govern to that we would all agree with, but they jam through their agenda when they're in power. And nothing's going to stop them. Nothing's going to turn them around. They're going to come up with some type of health care lie. If you haven't noticed, they've already started with the PR commercials about how well the Republican health care bill is. No one with pre-existing conditions will be denied. And that's the way it's done. Corporations do it. They've done it with the oil industry and Exxon and all of the... You know what? It's turned into a PR campaign for the most insidious, nefarious players. And they are going to win because they have the money. Donald Trump will remain president despite all of the people who dislike him, including myself. And I don't care what you dig up on him. The worst thing that can happen to him is if the FBI has this grudge against him. Let me put it like that, just as simple. And they simply dig into him and jam him straight in his butt with collusion, treason, and the whole 9 yards. But what you are not seeing is a democratic response that will carry a message that not just Donald Trump, but the Republicans are responsible for this because they coddle him and they curry to his favor just to get their tax cuts, which is going to explode the deficit by something like $6 or $7 trillion with these tax cuts. It's going to attack the poor people, the poor sick people, by taking 800 something billion out of Medicaid. And when you get right down to it, it's another transfer of wealth upward.
Well, let me ask you
And
this.
that's what Democrats aren't saying.
And I think you paint a very interesting picture. Now, they can do all of what you just said without him. They want to do lower the taxes. I mean, that's a part of the DNA in the Republicans. They don't need him there to do that.
Lee,
And
my
it would
point is
probably
this.
be a lot smoother without him.
Okay, but my point is this. You remember when Obama wanted to push his agenda, and they just would obstruct and obstruct, and their reason would be, we're protecting the American people. The American people don't want this. Well, the American people don't want this. And he can't be trusted. You remember Obama couldn't be trusted? He's a czar, he's a king. Well, Donald Trump can't be trusted. He's a liar. He's a con. He's a grifter. He's a traitor. He's all of those things wrapped into one.
Who's the last president that could be trusted, just out of curiosity?
The last president that could be trusted was, I would say...
Jimmy Carter?
I would say more of Jimmy Carter than anyone.
I agree with that.
Than anyone, because what Jimmy Carter was he was truly a country boy who had absolutely no foul agenda.
Right.
He wasn't wedded to the corporate money or the
More of the people's
millionaires.
president.
Right.
Right. But when you start talking about, and I've always said, people say Democrats, Republicans, different wings on the same bird. Fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But one side is sold completely out to the oligarchs and the money hungry, the money rich.
And
The
if you
others-
wonder why why Paul Ryan is pushing tax cuts to the wealthy, I mean, if you look at his constituents, I mean, his district is 92% white and white collar, and the median income of his district is over $50,000. I mean,
Well, that's right.
yeah,
that's right.
And so that's who he, and it's a really small little district above Chicago, but that's truly who he represents, our wealthy white collar white people.
And his ideology is that of what was it girl's name? Ann what?
Coulter.
No. Ann what's her name? Anne Rand. Anne Rand is her name, and that's the culture he represents. He demands that his staff read Anne Rand. She had 3 books out, and he demands that they read them. His entire philosophy, like that of Rand Paul and Ron Paul and all of the libertarians, are around that Anne Rand philosophy.
They
We
demand
go
that you read Ayn Rand, but they don't demand that you read the bills you're going to vote on.
Exactly. Exactly. And you have to really do the research on who Anne Rand was and the part that she played. Anne Rand was actually one of those immigrants who didn't believe in government and government help until she jumped on Social Security, until she jumped on welfare, until
Was she Russian?
German.
No, she was Russian.
She was Russian?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. But I mean, the hypocrisy knows no bounds. It's always those who climb up that ladder and turn around and pull that ladder up behind them, so no one else can get up there. And that's the tip of the bird, the tip of the spear there. That's all they want, is the ability to control and have their
Right.
own power, and nobody else gets any.
Well, things need to change. And the only way we can get those changes is to get
We
involved
got to
in the
get out of the
process.
flock, first of all. We got to
Yep.
quit being sheep that are led everywhere and
Yep.
start turning and realizing this one dog ain't going to keep us all together.
That's true. That is so true. So it's going to be interesting. We now have a third-party investigator in charge of all these claims of corruption from the Russians and all of that. I think that's a good thing.
I would like to ask Alfo if you think that all this media attention, all the distractions that Trump has caused since day one has obviously prevented the Republicans from moving forward with what they want to move with. They're constantly putting out fires. And if the fires don't stop, do you not think they're going to force him out because he's
No.
counterproductive to their agenda?
No. One thing you will come to understand about Republicans, they never go home. They never stop. They're like the Borg. Are you familiar with the Borg?
Yeah, I'm not necessarily mad at that if they're working. I mean, I got to respect a good work ethic.
Well, the Borg weren't work ethic. You know who the Borg was?
Yeah, you talking about in Star Trek?
Right. That's
Yeah.
who they are. That's who Republicans are. They follow. They get their marching orders and they march.
Well, Democrats do the same thing, though.
I think you got quite a bit. That's why you can't have
Well,
a strong message.
they march
coming
with
from
a different
Democrats
style.
because right.
Yeah, but they have a
it's like
majority
her-
whip, and they tell them how to vote, and they don't read the bills either.
Okay, they don't read. How many of them do read a bill? Their staffers read the bills and tells them.
Yep, give
Yeah,
them a
well.
summary.
That's the,
Yep.
exactly.
Yeah.
And the
Well,
staffers.
first of all, the bills
staffers-
are too long, so
Well, they are.
they should shorten them.
And they're full
I
of-
believe. Hey,
full of fat.
I believe the House of Representatives should be like jury duty, and we should have to go serve 6 months at a time, maybe 3 or 4 times in our life. That's what I believe.
That ain't gonna happen, but probably
I
not a
think
bad
that's-
idea.
I think it should be that way, though.
Yeah. I think all the rich guys sitting in Congress should be eliminated, and regular John Doe people should have access to that because that's the way it was in the beginning.
You need
You know?
some lawyers in there. though,
No,
'cause you have
no,
to-
no,
you're,
no.
You're lawmakers. You have to understand law
Yeah,
in
well,
order
you
to
can
make
have
law.
you can have some lawyers on your staff, but the head people don't need to be lawyers. They need to be clear-thinking people like us that say, okay, well, what are the people in my district in need of? What are they telling
See,
me?
if it was us, if it was us on the call here, I can already tell a couple things. You'd have to have a litter box for Carol's cats. You'd have to have a burger stand for Alfo. You'd
Well,
have to
that's
have a
okay.
massage parlor for me. I mean,
Well, but all of that is affordable. That's not going to put the country in debt. But the things that these guys are doing, I mean, they're just running amok. And I understand too that the president is so upset right now with all the stuff that's going on, and he's looking at firing half, if not most, of his staffing. He hasn't even completed staffing, and he's ready to go to 2.0. The second
did
version
you see
of
the
his
cover of Time
administration.
magazine, the new Time magazine?
Yeah, I did see
Yeah.
that.
That was
Yeah.
powerful. Okay.
Yeah, it is. It's well, go ahead and explain it.
Well,
Apollo?
just let me put it on your profile. and
No,
you
I
can
got
see
it, but explain it to the listeners, and I'll try to bring it up on the screen.
Oh, it's a picture of the White House morphing into the Kremlin. It's all it is. The White House is turning into the Kremlin.
And I think that Trump has become Putin's bitch.
Oh yeah, we know that.
You know, and then Putin
Well,
stepped
that
up
should be all
yesterday and said no, he didn't give him any documentation to his ambassadors, and you know, of course, liar, pants on fire. They're going to stick together. Of course, they got to cover up the smoke.
Yeah, I don't think Trump will last a full 18 months into this first term. I think he'll resign.
I don't know. I think he's going to live through it
I
because
don't.
it's going to take a year to two for the investigation to conclude.
Yeah, but he'll resign. He'll resign before that.
It's going to take longer than that. It's going to take longer.
How
than
long
that.
did it take for Watergate? How long did that take?
2.5, 3 years.
Yeah.
some nine, how did they put it? Some 900 and something days, as they put it. But I mean, you bring on uh, a special investigator,
Right.
and he literally has to start over. He literally has to start all over again.
He
They
can't
have
use what the FBI already has.
they've already accumulated things, and he'll come by that.
Yeah.
But he's got to get new people. He's got to
Right.
get new offices. He's got all of this is just pushing the timetable backwards.
I
Yeah.
wonder what the cost is to the taxpayer for all that.
Oh, the hell
Well,
with the taxpayer.
Well, I was listening to some
The hell with
broadcasts.
the taxpayer?
Exactly. What have you ever? If they can go through Benghazi, if they can go through email,
No, I'm not. I'm just saying. I wonder what the cost is.
It's going to be
And I'm saying
expensive, but
You can't
if
bitch
you-
about it when they do it for Benghazi and not bitch about it now.
well, yes, they can. That's what they're doing.
No.
You vote to repeal Obamacare or the Affordable Care Act 60 times. That's a cost. It cost $24 billion when they headed up the shutdown of the government a few years ago. And at some point, I mean, you couldn't see Harry Reid. To me, Harry Reid is the biggest villain in all of this.
We just need to seize the Rothschilds' assets. Find a way that we can do asset forfeiture. They've got $400 trillion. We can say they're drug dealers, seize their assets, and then everything's fine.
it would be straight.
Yeah, that's all we got to do.
I was listening to CNN late last night, and they had some talking heads on there, and one was saying that it's going to take quite a bit of time to get a conclusion from this special prosecutor or investigator, and they also were saying that the resources that already exist, they're tap into, plus this what's his name, Mueller, is going to ask the FBI for a certain number of investigators that are already employed by the FBI. So that's not really an additional cost unless you're pulling some people off of other jobs, if you will. But they will use the bodies that are already a part of the FBI to do the ongoing investigation. So whoever the new head of the FBI and the special prosecutor, if you will work in tandem. So the key and important element here is who the next FBI head is going to be. Now, obviously, Trump makes that call, and he's going to put somebody in there that favors his ideology or to protect his
And
ass.
that's why they should filibuster him and obstruct him and to simply put it like this, you will make no other appointments or nominees until you release your taxes and we clear up this Russian thing. We cannot have a foreign agent, a double agent,
But
operating.
they have to prove that. They have to prove that.
You
before
don't
they-
look. You don't have to look. Let me put it like this. They never proved Obama wasn't a citizen, now did they? But they said it a million times.
I know, but you can't tell somebody he can't appoint somebody until he shows his taxes. That's
Okay.
illegal.
What's illegal about it? You can't. The only thing you
Because
can do
there's
is
no law that says he
the
has to
only
show
thing
them.
you can do about it is obstruct it. You can obstruct whatever he's trying to do, the same way Republicans obstructed Obama's agenda with the filibuster.
So that's
Period.
productive. How productive is that, though?
How productive has it been in the last 8 years? He got things done. Obama still got things done, but not as much as he wanted.
I know, but I
And
think,
Republicans
I think,
got
I
rewarded.
think if we hold the mindset of obstruction just because you're not on my team, then we never we really got to move past that at some point. We got to go back to Lyndon Johnson, where the president needs to be shitting with his bathroom door open because he's cutting deals and making things happen. We got to reach across the line and find common ground and quit obstructing one another. That's so counterproductive. It's childish.
Well, it
Damn
is.
right. And it's been childish for 8 years.
So
And
we're
if
going to
you-
do it for 8 years now. Just tit for tat.
If you weren't appalled with feigned indignation about the last 8 years, don't be appalled at the truth.
Well,
We have
now
the
we're going to
truth.
do the same thing they
We
did,
have
and
the
we talk
truth.
shit about them for doing it.
We have but their reasons were frivolous. We have the truth. Start
We
with
don't
the
have the
truth.
truth yet. We think we
don't
think
have.
we know.
We don't have. Okay, let me put it like this: is he a liar?
Yes.
That's the truth.
Yes.
Is he a grifter? That's the truth. Is he making money from foreign governments off of his presidency? Yes, that's the truth. Has he lied about you name it? And has he shared classified intelligence?
So are
You
there
name it.
laws? Are there laws that we can state on the record that that he's violated currently?
I think the answer to that is yes. And
Okay,
that's
so
that's what this investigation is going
what
through.
are they?
They got to dot the I's and cross the T's. It's called, treason. It could be. You could use
When
treason.
when he was being inaugurated, they should have skywrote traitor across the skies. And I know there's a flight restriction around the White House.
Yeah, they got shot down by
You
an Air
can
Force
see
plane.
you can see the sky writing from miles and miles away.
That's true.
You don't have to be in restricted airspace. Jesus. There is a technique to pushing back and fighting back. And the biggest technique is messaging. And if you cannot message, your war is lost.
Well,
You
Trump
will
does
never
that with
win.
Twitter. He's Adolf
Yeah.
Twitler. That's his new name.
Okay, so why-
Adolf Twitler.
So why is his Twitter? Why is him tweeting so magnifying? Why does everybody go along with what he says on Twitter
They
when you
don't.
know
Nobody
when you
goes
know
along
he's a
with it.
liar?
But see what he's
You must.
What he
You
under-
have to read the comments on Twitter. They don't go along with him.
but
Right.
but no, it's not Twitter. Forget about that. The fact of the matter is, it's a great way to distribute his messaging, and he knows that the media is going
Exactly.
to echo it. So it's
Exactly.
free publicity. All he's got to do is wake up at 3:00 in the morning because a bunch of jackass people in the media are sitting around waiting for his early morning tweets so they
Exactly.
can repeat them. So they can
Time out.
retweet them and write stories. Well, the president said this at 3:06 a.m. Well, who cares? Ignore that bullshit. Don't talk about it. Forget about it. Let those tweets fall into dead ears and watch it not have impact. But as long as we sit here and read his tweets, tits,
tweeter.
twits, whatever, then that's how he wins. He has figured out how to milk the social media, and Twitter is his shotgun. A shotgun has a wide range of destruction. As soon as those pellets or what do they call it? Pellets? Not pellets, but whatever they are, little balls that come out of a shotgun shell.
Pellets, they're
The
pellets.
further they get away from the gun, it
Spray.
opens up, it spreads. Okay?
Yeah.
He uses that concept. He uses a hand grenade. He throws it into the crowd, and it blows up, and everything around it is hit by it. He gets it. So he is a social media pimp.
Mm-hmm.
And every time he sends some ridiculous stuff out there, it falls into the hands of the media, and they repeat it. They try to make fun of it. They try to knock it down. But that's exactly what he wants. Again, that's what the Wizard of Oz does or did.
Yeah, pay no attention to that man
Yeah.
back there.
Exactly.
Hey, I've got to go, Lee, but I gotta ask you one quick question. I'm gonna let you guys have it. I got an appointment I got to be at, but I just got this. The FCC officially, let's see, they're eliminating the main studio rule for radio and TV. The Federal Communications Commission has formally released a notice of proposing to eliminate the main studio rule. It requires each AM and FM television broadcast station to have a main studio near or in the community that it's licensed to. The
wow.
commission has indicated earlier that it planned to do so, as the new chairman, Ajit Pai, or whatever his name is, moves quickly to pursue his agenda of removing what he sees as outdated or unnecessary regulations. The proposal would be a major change, removing a business restriction that the United States broadcasters have taken as a given for decades. The notice also proposes to eliminate the requirement that the main studio have management or staff present during business hours. And the requirement is, so basically, you can just voice track one, they can just, as long as they run the legal ID, they can just, every state, you pull up to a radio station, there's a salesperson and a transmitter, and that's it.
That's it.
There's no staff needed, no engineers needed.
Nothing. No,
just a stick and a salesperson.
No local presence or identification with the community that you serve. So if you're licensed to Oak Park, Illinois, which WBMX now V103 was, you do not have to have any local identification presence in that community.
Right.
Now, is that a big deal? Not really. It's another way of ownership to save money, so they don't have to have that presence there. But it also makes it more difficult for someone to come to review your public records. So if you're serving a local community, those public records, what that's telling me is you could have those public records in New York City, and your station is in Chicago.
But it's licensed to Chicago. How can your records not be on file in Chicago? How is that legal?
Well, I mean, it's legal because they said so, because they just made that change.
And how does the FCC chairman get to make the laws? I don't understand that.
Well, they sit around. They've got a handful of committee people, and they sit around and talk about what's good, bad, or indifferent, and they say, okay, well, this is what we're going to do. And that person is appointed by the president. That's how that works. And ladies and gentlemen, this is only the beginning. Just a few weeks ago, they removed the rule that you had to be, that you could only own up to like 50 or I think it was 50 or 75% of an entity if you were a foreigner. Now a foreigner can come in and buy all of our TV stations, all of our radio stations, and own it 100%. So people like Rupert Murdoch and others can come in and buy up our media now, and they can
Vladimir
do whatever.
Putin.
Well, there are certain countries on the list that can't
do that. Illegal.
Yeah, because they're not friendly. I don't know if Russia's on that list now. I don't know. We don't know that. I would guess not, but does it matter? Because Russia can filter money into another country that we are friendly with and get their agenda heard. You see what I'm saying? So, come on, guys. This is a bad idea. Both of these new rules from our new Republican Federal Communications Commission control they're making it easy for their rich friends. They're making it easy for iHeartMedia to go now outside of the country and find foreign investors to get them out of $21 billion worth of debt because they are bad business people. They made bad business decisions. They have milked, pimped, and taken money from all the private investors, all of the investment bankers, all of the major banks in America. Now they're going to go and pimp the rest of the world. And they don't care. All they want to do is to sell these stations and get the hell out of it, sit on the beach with their $100 million bailout packages, and you suffer again. You, American people, suffer again. Because what you're stuck with now is horrible, lousy, very pointed programming that does not have your best interests at heart.
And these are the people we want to cut deals with and make things happen. And, you can cut deals and compromise. But when one side comes at you with a knife, and you're standing there with a thesaurus and a Bible, what the hell? There is no fight back. You go.
That's why I carry a gun and I don't carry a knife.
Yeah, well, Apollo, you're a different animal. The people who they're looking to
you can get away with that, Apollo. I can't.
Yeah.
You can. You can have a concealed carry permit.
Yeah, I ain't gonna try it.
Yeah, right, right.
My buddy Todd Haygood's been carrying concealed for 20 years.
Fine, fine. But here in Illinois, there's a lawsuit because they won't give concealed carry to black people. The state of Illinois is being sued.
Is that right?
And here's the killing part about it. They don't have to tell you why. They don't
Well,
have to
then
tell
just
you
carry,
why.
do open carry. Just carry on your hip.
Can't
They
do
can't
that in
deny
the state
you
of
that.
Illinois.
Yeah, right.
You can open carry in any state. That's federal law.
No, you
No.
can't.
Absolutely, you can.
No, you can't. I think it's only 38 states that allow that.
I tell you what, Apollo.
Really?
Yeah.
Really.
So you don't have the right to bear arms in
Yeah,
12
yeah,
states?
Yeah, well, that's called sleeveless, okay?
No, that's Larry the Cable Guy. I'm talking about actual.
Yeah, that's
So
sleeveless.
what states don't allow you to carry a handgun?
I don't know.
Illinois, especially in Chicago, if you black.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out how they can, how that hasn't been taken to the Supreme Court. And
Well, it has, and it was basically overturned, but then they began to add restrictions to it. I've lived this for the last, I'm 64. I've carried a gun since I was 13. So it's been illegal since I was 13. That's all I know. And
well, but see, but you've been proactive. You've protected yourself. You obviously hadn't had to put nothing hot in nobody's ass, but you've been prepared should you have to.
Well, I won't say that, but
Yeah.
still, I mean, it came
I was
with the
trying to
territory.
let you out easy on that there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well-
but he
cover
don't
your
want to get
tracks
out.
late.
He don't want to get out
Yeah.
easy.
We don't look to get out easy. We just look to get out.
But I love y'all. I got to bounce. God bless y'all, and I got some stuff to do. So
Now you got to go
Get
check
in
in with your
early.
probation officer.
thank the Lord, I ain't did that since I was 18 years old,
All right,
and
Apollo, you take
that was
Go
some
down-
bullshit too.
Go down to the
Hanging
health.
with you black folk got me in trouble.
Go down to the health clinic, get checked out.
yeah. No, I got
All
it.
right,
It's-
man.
I got to run a guy to get some shoes. A friend of mine, his feet hurting him.
Peace, love, dub, man. Keep doing good stuff.
Thank you, brother. Y'all have
All
a
right.
good one.
Okay.
Peace
You
out.
take care, Apollo.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
you too, Alpha. Chris
All right,
Bates,
peace.
love you. Carol, hope you're in there. Oatmeal love and all
She's
that
in here eating her oatmeal and putting lotion on her hands.
On my hands.
Don't squirt lotion in your oatmeal by accident.
Yeah, but she almost did.
I know.
No, I emptied
Y'all
the
take
oatmeal.
care. Peace out.
All right, take care.
All
Have
I
a
got
good
it
day.
on my
Take care.
pants. I got it on my pants.
You got it on your pants? Oh, you know what? I think you got a hole in your chin. Yesterday you messed up your shirt. Today you messed up your pants. Did you wet your pants? We're
That's
gonna
TMI.
take up a collection for some Depends.
Jibble lip.
She's gonna come in and hit me in the head with a hammer in a minute. Yeah, well, folks, we have a president that's now running around the White House, yelling at people, screaming, jumping up and down, acting erratic. More evidence that this guy is truly nuts. Who
Well,
does
Lee,
that?
Did you hear the boy McCarthy, the Congressman McCarthy, the second one in charge, the one who said we started Benghazi, and look at her poll numbers now. He's the one who said he thought Russia was paying Trump and Ryberg. He said he thought Russia was paying both of them. And now, first Paul Ryan said it never happened. Then when he was presented with the actual tape, he said he was joking. Those are the types of things that you use. And to basically broad brush the entire Republican Party as being complicit with this bastard. It's not about obstruction. It's about the truth. You use the truth to obstruct their agenda because look at the damage that was done when Bush stole the election. Both of them. Now look at the damage that's going to be done with Trump in office after he stole the election.
You know, it's a shame that the Republicans can't play a clean game.
They haven't won an election in how long? So you have to. I mean, you have to come to understand and come to grips with the fact that you're at war, and all of this. We're going to do it because they do it. No, you're going to do it because you have the truth on your side and you're right. You're not going to allow another nominee to go through because he can't be trusted. He's a liar, and he's a Russian agent.
What do you think
And
of
you simply
Lieberman becoming the head of the CIA?
that is one of the worst things you could ever. They should filibuster him. They should filibuster him. Period. Joe Lieberman he proved sitting with a D behind his name. He joined Republicans in filibustering the Obama agenda. So why would you turn around and vote to confirm him for anything?
Well,
This
I
is
agree
not
with
about,
you.
This
but-
is not about obstruction. This is about payback.
Who are some of the other names that the president is interviewing? Do you know who's on that list?
For FBI? Oh,
Yeah.
jeez. I heard Krispy Kreme. I heard Rudy Giuliani. I mean, the people
how low
look,
can you
Lee,
go? I mean,
the people. How low did he can go? He went as low as he did for his cabinet.
yeah.
The Secretary of State, former Exxon CEO. How many? What do they call them? What are the investors? What's the investor group?
The investment group of
The investment group.
of what?
The huge investment group. Sachs. I can't even
Goldman
think of their
Sachs?
name. Goldman Sachs.
Yeah,
He's got 3 of them in his cabinet.
of course.
He's got an Exxon former CEO. You've got DeVos destroying public education.
Right.
You've got the black boy, the ditzy brain surgeon. He's destroying
Dr. Ben
HUD.
Carson.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's destroying HUD. You dislike government. You put people at the head of the government that will destroy it and bring it down. Look at the EPA. Now they can dump coal sludge into the drinking water.
Oh,
And all of that
that makes it taste better.
Yeah, all of that, and wait till the tar sands pipe spill.
Mm-hmm.
There has not been one tar sand spill that is cleaned up yet.
Mm-hmm.
Not
It's impossible.
one. It's impossible.
Once it's in the
exactly.
environment,
But when
it's
you get
there.
when you get that tar sand going over that aquifer, what do they call it? The oligarchy aquifer.
Uh-huh.
Let that rupture happen in upstate, closer to Dakota and Kansas and Nebraska, and it will filter all the way down. It will destroy our agriculture because all of the water will be contaminated with tar sand.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't care. Have you ever seen
Well,
the movie?
they don't care
Elysium?
because they have ways of making sure that their drinking water is good.
Exactly.
And they own the
just-
companies that's going to go in there and clean the mess up, so they make more money off of destruction.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Yeah. So it's a
Make-
crazy
Making
loopy-loop.
more privatization, privatizing everything you possibly can. Get the government out of everything. Oh, that's of course unless there's a natural disaster and you need the government to come in and help
Save the day.
the wayward
Right.
citizens, or you need the government to fight your wars for you.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, the government can stand on the sidelines and let the private sector deal with it all, and the taxpayers pay 3 to 5 times as much. I'm not advocating for government everything. I'm simply saying let's be reasonable about it.
Yeah.
If you've got insurance companies who are gouging, literally gouging the American people for health care, give them a public option.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And we pay our taxes, and those taxes go to provide governmental services to protect the citizens of this country to come to our aid when we're in need. So just like down in Katrina, when Katrina hit New Orleans, there were hundreds and hundreds of mobile homes purchased. And a lot of those mobile homes were not up to standards. If I remember correctly, wasn't there some problems with the
That was
materials?
from formaldehyde.
Formaldehyde, yes.
They were full of formaldehyde
So those trailers,
because they were from a private sector
exactly.
who were not monitored, regulated to do the right thing.
Right. So they sold those trailers to the government and put them out there for the victims of this hurricane to live in. I mean, come on, folks. That's just not smart. It's not good. But that's how we are being pimped.
But let's not challenge anything. Let's not obstruct anything just because they obstruct it. Let's play along with them and do what we're supposed to do, and allow the world to be molded in the image that they think of.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this is all about.
And many of the people that had to reside in those places are poor. They had no choice. They had nowhere else
Poor
to go.
and people of color.
And color. And there were some white folks that lived in them as well, because there's a high population of non.
They're called collateral damage.
Yeah, well, it is just wrong. But at the same time, they put people in these places, and I think they had to end up flipping them out. But the idea, the gall of doing it was just wrong, number one. But those same people will go out and vote for people who are not working in their best interest. That's what boggles my mind.
It shouldn't boggle your mind. They're simply victims of propaganda and public relations. If I'm telling you to come on down to the Gulf, the food is fine, the water is fine, and you got people dying.
Yep. The shrimp are clean.
That on TV
the crabs
over
are good.
and over and over. Yeah, you see that on TV over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And you see
They start
porpoises
believing
washing up on shore with 3 heads, looking like me.
I was thinking about, because I have a technology company, I was thinking about going down to New Orleans, taking a team of people down there with a bunch of equipment to go in and offer services to rewire low voltage, doorbells, internet connection and stuff in homes and in businesses. I called my congressman. I was living in Chicago at the time. And I said, Congressman, what do you think? Is this a good idea? He said, Lee, I love you like a brother. I would never lie to you. Don't do it. I said, why? He says, because the pollution factor is high. You're going to put people in harm's way. Don't do it. He says, yeah, I know you want to go down there and make some money, but don't do it. And I said, thank you, Congressman. You know who that congressman was?
Who?
Jesse Jackson Jr.
Oh, well, that's...
Okay? So you can say what you want about Jesse, little Jesse. He told me the truth, and I respected him, and I still respect him for being honest with me. Because I could have, I could have had a team. I could have taken 100 people down there and employed them, and I didn't because I was more concerned about the safety of the people.
You could ask me that.
Well, yeah, I know I could have, but
there was no way in hell they were going to clean that up in the length of time that they did,
right,
or they claimed to have.
Right.
What was it they sprayed on the oil to push it down to the
dissipate
to dissipate it to the floor of the Gulf.
Yeah.
And it's still there.
Yeah, and that's where a lot of livestock, not livestock, but sea life lives.
That's from some of my favorite.
Crabs live on the bottom.
Crabs,
shrimp live on the bottom.
Shrimp.
Yeah.
Lobster.
A lot
all
of fish
that.
feed off the bottom.
Bottom feeders.
That's it. So that's just a little story that, and we need more of that. We need people who are concerned about our welfare, not for their own, just their own. And listen, when you're in those powerful positions, you're sitting there talking to these lobbyists, it's very tempting. They come in and say, look, Mr. Congressman, we want to support you in your next election, and, here's something we need you to get on board with. And here's the paper. It's all written up for you. All you got to do is go in and present it to your colleagues, and we've already talked to 35 others, and they're all on board. Can we count on your vote?
Hell no.
Well, you know,
Get
but
the hell out of my office.
we can make sure that you got $200,000 in advertising to cover the agenda. We'll take care of that. We want to make sure you win.
Okay, sure. You can do it and count on my vote. Then the next statement, Mr. Alfred,
Yeah.
you didn't vote the way we wanted you to vote.
Well, sorry, I was thinking about
Something
my
happened.
people.
Oh, that's when you turn it around. You see, something happened. Millions of people came up to me and said,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I mean, the political corruption.
Yeah, what do you want me to do? I mean, I can't turn my back on the people. They put me here. But you know, I'll look at it again down the road. Talk to me later.
Oh, and contribute to me later.
I think that lobbyists should be illegal. Hell, if a radio disc jockey can't accept a couple $100 to play a damn record, then why in the hell is it okay to have lobbyists to come in and poison and buy our congressional members or president, for that matter?
If Blago can't take a few 100,000.
Yeah, right. Come on, man. What's up? What? What are you talking about? Anyway, and that's just my point of view, my opinion. What's wrong with you, Carol? You over there holding your head? You like you're about to faint?
You hear this day and night with the politics. Sometimes it's too much.
Well, you got to keep
I have
talking about
friends.
it.
I went in my Facebook this morning.
Yeah?
I didn't realize how much I posted, and I started deleting all of it.
No, don't delete it.
Yeah, I did delete it.
Why?
A lot of the
Why you
stuff
delete it,
because,
Carol?
because it's just
That's
know,
what
and
they
I have
want
a
you to
lot
do.
of friends saying the same thing.
Well,
It's just too much day after day, all day that. Eventually, you have to look for other things to make you feel
well,
better.
you can add stuff to it.
Well,
that's
Carol,
not
what do you
No,
political.
think
I
what-
deleted most of it. I thought
do
about
that.
it. I had
Well, what do you
so
think
much
politics
in there.
is?
And I noticed all of a sudden my Facebook friends weren't really coming into my page because it gets to be
Well,
too
maybe they're
much. I
busy
mean,
doing
there's
other
so
stuff.
much other stuff going on in the world, like this young kid I'm reading about in Mississippi when he was 13 years old. His half-sister killed her husband. And at 15,
And
he
that's-
was sentenced to prison and life. No, I mean, it's a story.
I know, but
But
it's
he
just-
wants
it's-
to be compensated now because they proved after years in prison. But he's telling you the story, which I'm sure will be a movie about what he had to experience as a young kid. They took his childhood from him, is what he's saying. And his mother retired. She took her 401k and used everything. And all he's asking is for the state to compensate him for the years he spent there. They took his whole childhood because of being young and stupid and letting somebody convince you. And I'm just saying this must
so
happen all the time.
He committed the crime, right?
No, he didn't.
He did not.
Is
She
he black,
convinced
Carol?
him. Huh?
Carol, is he black?
He's white.
He's white.
No, all he
you can-
needs is a good white lawyer. and
White
he'll
or
be
black
good.
has nothing to do with it. He was an innocent young man. I wouldn't care what color
This was
he
in Mississippi?
Sometimes we got to put the color thing
Well,
aside
yeah,
because
you're right. But
I
he's in
have
Sometimes
friends
Mississippi.
that are
right?
white and
Sometimes we do.
they go
but
through
most
things
of the time,
just like anybody else does. So it's
I-
we got to stop all that. That's
Well,
what.
no,
This
Carol,
is
Carol,
what Trump
Carol.
wants.
No, Carol,
He wants
no,
to
no,
we
let's-
do
don't
a
care what
barrier.
Trump
Carol,
wants.
let's deal with reality. The
I
reality
am
is
dealing reality.
no. Okay, but let me
I
just
feel
make
that
a point.
he's trying to divide all of us.
No. I'm not talking about
I mean,
division.
we already have Hispanics who hate blacks
well,
in our
yeah,
state, and
you're
blacks
right.
hate
No,
Hispanics.
that's just everywhere. It's not just in
Well,
our state.
it's here a lot, and
You got
there's no
Africans that come to
reason
this country that hate
that
black
hate
Americans.
blacks. Thank you.
Okay, so that that.
So we need
one
to
thing
worry
has
about
nothing to-
getting past
No.
that.
Let me make a point on the subject that you're talking about. This is a white person in Mississippi.
Yeah.
All he needs is a good white lawyer to
No,
represent
he
him.
sat in prison for years.
I understand
as a little
that.
boy.
We understand.
I understand that. We get that. And
I know there's a
Let
lot
me
of black
finish my
guys. I'll
point.
go in and pull it up for you and show you how many just recently got out of
Right.
prison for crimes they never committed. It's
And-
not just
and that's a great
let's
thing.
not sit here and act like just black people
Well, no,
get
I'm just-
punished.
I'm-
White
Nobody
people do
said
too.
that.
no, we're not saying that. You're taking
Nobody
you're taking
said
out
that.
But I'm
what
just
we're
saying
saying out of
we're
context.
doing what Trump wants.
No, we're not. No,
Yeah, we are.
I'm talking reality. I'm telling
I listened to my client, and she's white.
I don't
All
care.
All of a sudden,
Listen,
I heard
Carol.
racism coming out of her.
Well-
I picked her up from the airport yesterday. This is the second time I've had to hear this in a week from her. I don't know why black people hate me. I said,
Who is
what
she?
makes you think they hate you? Well, they look at me. I said, well, you want me to be honest? Maybe it's all that makeup you got on your face. I mean, you've had all this
Carol.
plastic surgery, and you look like Baby Jane, possibly. I didn't tell her the Baby Jane part, but I did tell her
You should
anybody's
have.
going to stare when you've made your lips look like duck lips. You got so much
Jesus,
makeup, and you got
Carol.
this beautiful face that you hide. But in her mind, she
They're
forgets
looking at her
my
for other
son is
reasons.
black.
Yeah.
I come from a mixed family, and I have to remind her, I go, wait a minute. You're doing just what he's putting in all you guys' head. I said, quit talking like that. I said, I came from a state where the white people were the bad people, how they picked on us minorities. So don't sit here and tell me that all these black people hate you, because that's not true.
Yeah, but what part of that by somebody looking at her is hateful?
I don't
See,
know.
that's
I
her
don't
twisted
know.
reality.
But she's funny. You'll go somewhere with her, and I could see if something had happened to her, because I'm not comfortable, and I'll be very honest, with dating a white person because of my past. But I could see it if she had been raped by somebody or beaten, because I know somebody this did happen to, and she does have a fear. But this woman lives a golden life. Nobody's messing with her. But all of a sudden, everything she says, it's a racist remark. And it's like, you're sitting here,
Well,
and
that's what's in her
I
heart
am
and
mixed
soul.
with everything, and you seem to
Yeah.
forget this. I'm not white.
Well, that's what's in her
But
heart and soul.
I'm seeing that all of a sudden, she's never acted like this. And then she goes, well, all the black men want to date us white women. I said, well, all the white Jewish men want to date black women. So get back, step back. People should date who they want. So I'm just saying, I watched a person totally change.
Yeah.
Where all of a sudden she thinks she's a victim because people stare at you.
Well-
Take that makeup off. Quit pumping those lips so big.
Well, you know, that goes back to it's popular now. It's okay.
It's not okay to walk around duck lips.
No. I'm not talking about that. It's okay to display your fear, your anger, your racism, because it's been made popular by our new president.
How could she be racist? She's married to an Asian man.
Well, that don't mean anything. That means nothing. That means nothing.
No, I'm just saying I'm seeing a
You
lot
would
of this.
think
I'm
that.
seeing it with my black friends, my white friends.
I know
It's like,
black
stop
people,
it, all of you.
I know Asians. I know Latinos. I know people from all backgrounds that are racist.
Thank you.
Okay? Just because she's married to an Asian person doesn't mean anything.
I don't
That-
think I
that
just
doesn't say
think
anything about her
she's letting
heart.
herself be brainwashed because
Well,
she
she's got
doesn't see
issues.
anything Trump's doing wrong. I said, well, you better start paying attention to the news
She's
because
got issues.
he's hurting you because you're not a billionaire. If you were a billionaire, great. You're in great company.
Yeah.
But he don't give 2 cents about you. It's really going to hurt you because of the business you guys have.
Right.
So I've seen this
What kind
with
of business are you in?
medical centers.
Okay.
So I've seen this with different races. My black friends tripping. Now I can understand one person I know because she worked in a bank. These guys from Oakland came all the way to Utah and were robbing banks. They didn't have to hit her. They kicked her, and it was my sister, if you want to know the truth. She's my half sister. And my sister now can hardly move her back for no reason. She handed them the money. They jumped over the thing. They
Counter.
kicked her in the back, kicked my sister in her head. And I can understand her in a way. She has this fear now of a brother. I told her, you can't fear them all. But it's psychological with her. She's getting help for
yeah.
this, but I can relate to it because I have that same fear or in a roundabout way with certain white men because of something in my life that happened. And I could
Well,
see.
that's all we have to draw on as humans. You
So
know,
all I was trying
our
to
own
tell you, I
experiences.
was reading this story and it just struck me bad because the 3 kids, if you remember years ago, I think it was in Memphis. Remember the 3 boys because they were Gothic? They were arrested. They said they killed these kids. They went to prison. Well, my granddaughter became good friends with them. She did a movie with one of them. I can't think of his name, but it's a very well-known story how these 3 boys went to prison. One he was a little mental. They were totally innocent. They never bothered to go back to the city or to the stepfather, a neighbor, which they never came to, seen him the stepfather walking into the woods with these kids. So to make a long story short, these guys get off. And after years in prison, one was put in, the one my daughter knew, he was put in where he was always alone. And now he has trouble seeing.
Yeah.
He has bad eyes. But there's a story on him that's called the Memphis something. But it's just sad when you read about anybody spending time locked up, because when they get locked up, it can be even worse for a young guy. Like this kid was saying, I don't care if he's black, white, whatever, they start raping these young boys.
Oh,
They
yeah.
do
Life
horrible stuff.
in the prison is horrible.
And this is all this guy,
Unless it's
he's
the federal.
telling you a story, and you look at his face, they're taking you back, showing you the press. This was all on Facebook.
Yeah.
So I thought about the 3 Memphis. If it's really a great story to listen to this, because Sky became good friends with him. And it's kind of sad how many innocent people, and you know why they picked on them? Because they were goth. They were gothic kids that wore leather pants and had earrings hanging out of their nose, and it was in a southern city. So they have a tendency to pick on certain white people down south too.
Of course.
You know, which is horrible.
Well,
So all I'm saying is like we're going even further back again. Now it's gay people they want to do terrible stuff to. It's all over the world now. Russia, what they're doing, and a lot of the Russian men that are gay have tried to get visas here, and they can't get them to come here because of what they're doing to them. But it bothers me because I see so much hate.
Well,
and I try to look for things that might make me feel better, but I can't find it.
But that story there is depressing as well.
Well, that's what I was trying to say to you guys. When I was listening to this, we go on, I thought about how depressing this was too. Everything you see is depressing. You look this morning.
That's how you take it.
We see a guy mowing people down in the street.
That's horrible. He's probably
and
drunk or
seen
crazy.
Him now are saying that.
Or a terrorist.
And then the young musician that they found that was dead, he hung himself. I seen it on the news a little while ago. He hung himself. Why did he hang himself?
No, who knows?
Why are so many people committing suicide?
I don't think it's anything. I don't know if it's
and why
a
hang
heightened...
yourself? If I'm gonna kill myself, I'm gonna take pills.
Well,
I don't want to take
pick
and
your
put
poison.
a rope around my neck.
Yeah.
I'm just saying sometimes you try to look for good things, and it's really hard to find right
now. All right,
now.
I tell you what, your assignment to post on your page is put all cat stories.
I did put a bunch of animals. If you go in there and look right now,
that
you'll
generally
see
works.
all kinds. You'll see a beaver trying to eat lettuce, I think. I put a lot of little animal stories
well,
today.
Well, that's good. That'll make you feel better.
But then what do I see? I push, and this dodo site shows you an animal that these kids took and basically glued this poor little animal. Glued his eyes.
Don't even talk about it.
I had to see that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but then it turned out good. They found the dog. They shaved him, and they saved him. But what makes a young person want to do this? Why do you want to hurt something? I mean, why do you go to school and want to kill another girl because she's pretty? Why? What is wrong lately?
Ignorance.
I mean, the bullying and the stuff people do. What is going on? I mean, I can't even look at comments on my granddaughter. It's made her not want to model. I don't think she's pushing the music business the way she should. Because the bullies are horrible, and
well, you got to ignore ignorance.
It's hard to ignore sometimes.
Well, you have to if you want to move forward.
Have you ever been on that end?
Of course, of course.
Did it bother you?
Of course.
Okay, I bet you your daughter was bullied, and it hurts.
You know what I said?
All right, that's it. Hold on a second. Now I've been quiet now for a while.
Yeah,
you've been
never
quiet
for the past 15 minutes.
No, you were quiet.
We went
for
through
almost the whole
18
hour.
damn topics
Yes.
in a row. Okay, I know that. I heard you. Here's the thing about, unfortunately, when it comes to news and negativity.
Yeah.
If it bleeds, it leads. And that's the newsroom mantra. No matter where you go, no matter where you are, social media or the like, you're going to get terrible bad news.
Yeah.
having said all that, it is up to you, the individual, to find out what makes you positive. Who do you hang out with? Who do where do you go on your off days, or if you're not watching the news or being on social media? Because it has become very depressing, because that's what it is. They sell. That's what the commercial time is there for. Like I said, I just know my personal opinion. When you see breaking news on television, I bet you a dime to a donut that's sponsored.
Well,
but you can't come out and say, breaking news brought to you by Ajax. I mean, that's bad form.
Right. But
I
whether
bet you behind the scenes is sponsored.
But whether it's sponsored or not, when you see that red lettering come up there, breaking news, it ain't going to be happy.
It's not even
It's
just
not going to be
breaking.
something fun. Mickey Mouse just gave birth to another mouse.
It's not even
It ain't
just
going to be that.
breaking news. You could sit on your Facebook and scroll down.
Yeah, you're going to see it
And
all
you'll
the time.
see 6 topics, and out of 6, 5 of them are news that bring tears to your eyes.
Of course.
And horrible stuff.
'cause-
But it's intentional.
Exactly.
So I
Right.
decided in the middle of the night I was going to take most of the stuff out.
Well, you know, if that
And
makes
I
you feel
was going
better,
to
then
put
okay.
pictures of animals and things to try to make people happy.
Well, the good thing about that, Carol, is that's your Facebook page. You can
Yeah.
put whatever you want on it. You can delete whatever you want. But the reality is, it's still going to be out
I
there.
think we feed off of other people's pain.
Well, we do. We do.
True.
Because I'm
yeah.
just as guilty. What did I say this morning? There was a man ran a bunch of people over.
Yeah.
Because I feel that's what people want to hear. They don't want to hear that my cat took a shit twice today in the litter box, and
Well,
I
that's
cleaned
not
it
good.
out
I
and
don't want to hear that.
blah, blah, this or that.
Play the song "Dirty Laundry" for us. People love it when you lose. They love dirty laundry.
Right.
No, but lately it bothers me a lot because I have a very wealthy clientele, and I can honestly tell you the majority of them did vote for Trump. Now, I know the Gettys didn't, and I can say they didn't. I'm not sure about the Hammer family. I would think the son didn't, but listening to them, they have no... Sure, they'll help me out. Like my one client says, well, you never have to worry. We'll take care of you. You'll take care of me. What about all these people? You don't care if they take their health care, and you don't care that they don't have a home because you've hired the rent so high on people. What about these older people? So how are you helping? I don't need your help.
Well, that makes them feel better when they say to you, well,
And
don't
so
worry,
I
Carol,
get a
we
lot
got
of stress lately because I have
Yeah.
to hear this, and I can't sit and say much to them because I have to sit and listen. It's part of being a business owner, and it really gets to me. It really bothers me. They don't care. That's mine.
you. Yeah.
It's a crank thing.
Let's-
They honestly don't care, you guys, and I'll bet you they just really don't care.
Yeah, we know that.
They don't care
We
about
know that.
anybody but themselves.
We know. Look at our president.
You sit and you tell me my son's bad because he needs me to help him with his rent this month because he spent too much money. But your
Well-
daughter, she gets $11 million a year for a trust account, and that makes her, she's different than him. But she's not working for that. She don't even know what work is. How are you going to compare her to my son who works his ass off and tell me I shouldn't help him? You don't think you're helping your kid when you're plopping that on them every year?
Well, in either situation,
Hindsight.
you have to deal with that. Hey, Frankie, welcome to the
Hey.
show.
You know, your kid's your kid, and
Yeah.
you should be there to help him.
Hey,
But
what's up,
you
Frankie?
gotta put a limit
Hey,
on it.
what's up? Carol.
Frankie.
Yeah.
Hi, El. Hi, Boo. Hey, Carol.
Yes.
I have advice for you because everybody's been giving me the same advice because of everything that's been going on with me. Focus on the good. Know who you are.
I
and
did. I
focus
said I
on
focus
the
on the good, but I have a clientele.
But all you've been
I
talking
have
about is
to listen to 'em.
negativity all morning.
No, I didn't.
been-
I just started talking. I was listening to them, and I came in and I said why that
know, but
bothered
like
me.
Chris
So I'm
was
sorry
saying,
you
you had-
misunderstood me, Frankie.
The
don't
I
get
didn't
defensive.
come in and say that.
Let's listen to it, Frankie's advice.
I didn't
what are
even
you
come
saying?
in till 15 minutes ago.
But that's not the point. Go ahead, Frankie.
I just want you to know that we need to be the example. And the only reason why I believe, this is just my opinion, I'm not saying it's right or anything. It's just that I think that Trump being in office is it has catapulted all this negativity all over the world.
I
And
think
that's
most
what the
agree with
media
that.
And that's what the media focuses on. Everybody is so angry right now. And until that piece of poop is out of office, things will get better. And he is going to go bye-bye. So just believe in that and believe in yourself and know that you're an awesome mom. You're like the most awesomest mom I've ever encountered. You love your children. You love everyone around you. And I want you to be like that. I don't like hearing all this
Oh
poo-poo
no,
coming in.
I'm not. I wasn't saying that. I said it gets me upset when I see
Don't let
innocent
it.
people hurt. I'm sorry, but I'm like that. I walk down the street. I can see a homeless man. I'll pull my car over and I'll hand him
I
money.
did that yesterday.
So,
We were at
so
Best
that's just
Buy.
me. I have compassion for other people's pain. I don't
Yeah,
have to
I
know
saw a
their
guy
that's a
their
good-
digging
pain.
that's a
in
good
the
thing. That's
garbage
not
yesterday.
bad.
Lee's
and,
been in the
wanted to
car
buy
with
him.
me and seen how I am. Anybody
Yeah,
that's
I
in
do
a
the same
car
thing.
with me, I have friends that are in my car and they go, "Why do you want to give that dirty old man or that dirty old
I
woman
know, I
money?"
understand that.
So that's all I was saying to you. I'm tired. I feel so much pain for other people. Why is there so much hate right now?
Because of everything that's going on, honestly.
well,
really.
you know, that's part of it. It went away. That's
And
part
that's
of
why
it,
you
Frankie.
follow.
But the real issue is this is not new. It's always been there.
Exactly.
It's always been there.
The
I just
underlying-
think social
the-
media has made us more aware of
Well,
it.
it has.
So it's
Oh,
not
yeah, it
just
has.
social media.
Yep.
The rise of the alt-right has made this more than just them against us, good against evil. The rise of the alt-right has churned the stew,
Yeah.
has stirred the doo-doo smoothie. And this is what you got.
That's
And
good.
this is what you got. Now, you can allow it to vanquish you,
Mm-hmm.
or you can basically take it in stride. Speaking on politics constantly and or not speaking on politics because there's so much negative about it. It's an ongoing war.
Not only
You
that,
can
if you
let it-
if you try to kick it under the rug, okay, you don't
Lee,
see it,
it
but the dirt is
changed.
still there. And the only
It
way to
changed.
get rid of the crap that's going on is to vacuum it up, get rid of it. Period.
Well,
but
I
you can't
think what
you can't
Apollo
bury
said was right.
you can't bury your head in the sand and ignore it because it's still going to go on with or without your acknowledgement, without you looking at it, and then you're going to wake up one day and go, "What the hell happened?" And that's what's wrong with so many people today. They're not paying attention, and then all of a sudden it's time to go to the polls, and you react or respond or vote on the latest noise that you heard, and that would be the guy that's making the most noise.
And that's what makes Citizens United so successful.
Right.
The repetitious messaging that you hear and you go, oh, that sounds the low information voter
Right.
who simply believes that sounds better without knowing what's going on, without
Behind the
knowing
curtain.
facts.
Yep.
And that's why you have so many people voting against their own best interests.
Mm-hmm.
You allow a message of hatred, racism to waffle into your life, and you begin to believe that the black man is coming for you, Obama's coming for your guns, and this is the liberal media. Six corporations own 97% of print, audio, and video media. So where the liberal come in at? Where is the liberal part of this media?
Now NBC is becoming less and less liberal.
Well,
MSNBC.
they took in Greta Van, whatever her name
Susteren.
is. Greta Van, I look like I had a stroke.
Yeah.
And they took in, who was it, Megyn Kelly?
Megan. Yep.
And they're taking in Will, what's his name? Will, what's the old guy's name?
Yeah. George Will.
Brooks? George Will.
Yeah.
They're taking in George Will. They're looking to get rid of Lawrence O'Donnell. He has the second
Highest ratings.
ratings
Yep.
on MSNBC, and they're not going to renew his contract. That is the right wing, and that is the continuing war on a progressive message.
Yep.
And
You're
that's all
just
that
feeding
is.
the beast. You're just feeding the beast. That's what we continue to do is feed that beast. And until we stop feeding that beast, nothing's going to change.
I agree. I agree with you 100%. Well, you know what? Listen, the great thing about what's going on right now, I always try to look for the positive side of things. How can we capitalize? How can we improve? How can we further advance the right thing, the right agenda? I don't mean left and right in terms of politics, but the things that are true, real, and beneficial to the people in this country. That's all I care about. That's my personal political position, is what can we do to help the people in this country that need help, whether it's from financial, psychological, housing, jobs, health care. Those are the important issues that strike everyone in this country at some point in time. Whether you're wealthy, middle class, or poor, all of those things impact on you directly or indirectly.
And those are a lot of the things he's messing with. They want to take the housing.
Yeah, because they have homes.
They want to take
they have to worry about that.
Medical care for vets, even though they fought their war and lost legs and arms and whatever from them. So it's I don't get it. It's like people tell me, why don't you sell your place? You can make so much money. I go, what? So I can go pay somebody $3,500 for a 1-bedroom?
Well, that's if you stay here.
Yeah.
You're right. That's what would go down.
Oh, rents are going up everywhere.
Yeah, they are. But there's still a lot of places in America that are more affordable than
Alpha,
what
you
they are here.
watch a lot of news. What happened in D.C. with this Turkish thing?
The Turkish embassy.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing on this. This was a peaceful protest. This is part of the fascism that not only Trump but Erdogan, the man who runs Turkey, they don't care. Violence is their solution. This is the security team at the Turkish embassy. They came out and started jumping on the protesters, peaceful protesters. Now, the first thing is to arrest them all. The second thing is to expel the Turkish ambassador. He is an ally, but somebody in Turkey will get the message. Someone in Turkey will say, we can't do this. We have to have the United States in our corner, et cetera, et cetera. But I saw a little clip of that. Now, it wouldn't have been a problem if it was like even. But you had 5, 6 guys beating up on one guy.
Yeah, even a woman that she was running from him, and she was telling how they went after her, and her eyes all messed up.
So I mean, this is what you're dealing with, Carol. You can't just run and hide from this.
No.
If you don't fight them back, they will take over. This is the type of incidents, the situations. If you don't fight back on voter suppression, it will take over.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't fight back on cuts to education, food stamps, the whole 9 yards, it will take over. If you just allow to give it to them, just let them have their cuts. Just let them privatize everything.
Wherever there's a yin, there's a yang. The ripple effect from what they're doing right now is always going to be a benefit to the wealthy.
I can't
Understand
believe, though, that he allowed his security to do this to these people.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen an older man beat up terrible.
Erdogan is sitting in Turkey. This was a protest at the Turkish embassy. The Turkish ambassador, he's sitting inside the building going, kick their asses.
Get them away
and
from me.
They sent out a jackboot brown shirt group to do just that.
Yeah.
Now, I would have loved to see them come out there with that and some shots go off.
Now, is this in America or in Turkey?
In D.C.
This was in D.C. This was in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just sent it to all of you.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll tell you this. Yesterday.
You sent it to all of us?
I sent it to you, too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Did you guys see the Dow took a sizable dip yesterday of 370
it's been
points?
A dip.
That's because they named That's because they named the prosecutor. You see, Lee.
Right.
Here's the deal. Business, the stock market, the whole 9 yards. When they see Trump come in, they say, well, they fall for that same BS. He's a great businessman. He's a great grifter, con man. And they look forward to their stocks being rewarded.
Right.
If you can bring over something to the effect of $14 trillion in offshore money with 3% taxes, instead of the 10% windfall, capital gains tax, or even the 35% regular tax.
Right.
You're bleeding the revenue source. So therefore, once you bleed the revenue source, the people on the right can then turn around and go, where are we going to get the money from? We don't have the money. You remember everything they said when Obama was in office?
Yep.
How are we going to pay for it? Now that's not the case. That's not the answer to anything.
Yep.
This health care bill is going to cost trillions of dollars added to the deficit without paying for it. They don't give a shit.
No, because they're going to benefit personally on the other end.
Stick your head in the sand if you want.
Yep.
I like cat stories too, but damn. I like dog stories. I like stories. I got enough great grandbabies to keep myself occupied with that happy feeling for a long time. But if you ignore what the hell is happening around you and what's going on around you and what's coming from behind you, you got no chance.
It's not that I'm ignoring it. I just decided I don't want all that on my page. I want people to come on my page. I mean, I have some of it there, but I want them to come on my page and laugh.
Carol, I come on your page and laugh every day.
Okay, come in and look at
I come on your page and laugh every day. I'm like,
come in and look at this man, which I think is amazing, dancing. And he has an artificial leg. Being a person in the dance world, it blew my mind watching him. I would have never known he had an artificial leg.
I like that big cat you had and the big rooster you had up there.
Which one? When the cat was doing it to the rooster?
No, the cat was bigger than the cat was about as big as a lion. But it was a cat. And then the rooster came out of the rooster didn't come out of the chicken house. The rooster had a mansion because he was too goddamn big to get out the front door. Well, I see those and I laugh.
Right.
And I laugh, but that's when I want entertainment, I go to mixed martial arts, fighting, boxing, basketball, football, baseball. When I want entertainment.
You didn't see the pelican I shot pictures of at the beach?
Did he have fish in his mouth?
No, he was actually, he sits there,
me?
right? He could be
He was posing.
2 inches from you, and he will sit there and pose.
Yeah. He's waiting for you to feed him.
And I looked at that long beak thing, and I thought, dang.
Go down there and throw him a slice of salmon and see what he does.
No, I told you online, I seen them. I didn't know they eat other birds. And
Yeah.
I watched that, how he was eating that bird because the feathers kept flying out of his mouth. And you see the bird trying to but he was basically doing like a Chinese person or when they're chopping the food on those things.
Yeah.
He was chopping that little bird up.
Was that your page? I saw the huge catfish that come up out of the water and grab the pigeons.
Probably if it was anything.
I haven't seen
Did
that
you
one.
see the turtle with Mitch Connell's face?
Yeah. I saw that too.
Yeah.
But these catfish were
Man,
huge.
everybody is so angry. Okay, I got that video. I'm sorry, Alpo. I love you, Alpo.
Hey, have you
love you,
watched
Frank.
Logan, Frankie?
What?
Have you seen Logan, that movie?
No, I have not seen it yet.
Oh, you got to see it. You got to see
Okay,
it.
I will go see it. I want to see that, and I want to see Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
See, I have nobody ever
Valium.
goes. I go by
Valium.
myself.
I think we all need a Valium. All of us. anyways, yeah, no, I got that video. See, I told you, it just proves my point. We are so angry. No matter what Lee says or Alpo says or Apollo says or Chris says, in all honesty, we are all angry.
Well, that's how you process the information. If you process it and it turns you angry.
Oh, I'm not
then,
angry. I'm just saying people are angry. I'm
Well,
sad. Like Carol. Me and Carol are sad.
And if you don't confront anger with anger,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to get your ass kicked. It's that simple.
Yeah, we're getting our
It's that
ass
simple.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you know what? I believe that Trump is not, he doesn't have a behavior of a president. He has the behavior
What do you mean you don't have the behavior of a president? What? When he started running? You picked up on that when he first started? Was it him mimicking, making fun of the retarded guy or the guy with the disability?
Mm-hmm.
Or was it, the
I
man
really
is
truly believe did not vote him in.
Yeah. It's not in his DNA.
Extenuating
Not a nice guy.
circumstances.
Well, he didn't get the popular vote.
But
I don't think he
won
was
the
voted
Electoral
in.
College.
I
Look.
know that they were bought. I know
Look,
they were.
I told you all from the beginning. He won Michigan by 11,000 votes. They purged 449,000 off the voting rolls from Detroit and Flint.
Mm-hmm.
Those are people of color. He won Wisconsin by 23,000 votes.
Mm-hmm.
They purged over 200,000 from the voting rolls in Wisconsin, and 33,000 people wrote in Bernie Sanders. So, you go to Ohio, he won the same way. You go to Pennsylvania, he won the vote in Pennsylvania by 40. Those states he won by 80,000 votes combined. They purged over 1 million people from the voting rolls with cross-check.
Now, these people, where are these people? Why aren't they complaining that when they went to the poll, they couldn't vote? That's how you fight that.
Yeah, okay, but
I don't hear their voices.
You don't hear their voices because when they went to the polls and they were off the poll, they gave them provincial ballots.
Yeah.
So
That's
many
what
of
they
them
gave
believe.
me, remember,
Yeah.
I think.
So
I got
many
a
of them
provisional.
believe that they had voted. Many of them believe,
And
they
so,
don't know
so you're
that
saying the provisional ballots were
That's
never
what
counted?
they did to me.
they never count them. They never count the provisional
I didn't
ballots.
think so either. That's
I got a
exactly what
confirmation.
happened.
I had to do a provisional in the election, and I got a confirmation that my vote was counted. Now, I'm in the state of California, heavy Democratic state. So, did these provisional ballot people get that same kind of response that their ballot
No.
was counted?
No.
Then
your Secretary of State is Democratic.
Right.
You have a Democrat in the Secretary of State's office. These states have Republicans in the Secretary of State office. Chris Kobach from Kansas brought in this cross-check. It's
Yep.
got 7 million names on it of people who are registered in more than one state.
Mm-hmm.
Social Security numbers are different. Middle name is different. But those 38 states run by those Republican Secretary of States purged them from the voting rolls. So
that right there, people,
So he
those
didn't
people
win.
who were victims
no, he
of
didn't
this,
win.
so they should be
Not fairly.
upset. They should
They
be
should.
marching in the streets. They should be protesting. They should be filing lawsuits that this election was not real.
Yeah,
It was
because we
rigged.
don't know
It
if
was
ours
flawed.
was counted. They did you the same way they did me.
It was rigged. It's right there. It's like right there. It
And
was
which one of them absolutely knows that their vote wasn't counted? And that's
You know,
the,
you
that's
don't
the
know. You
insidious-
don't know what you don't know.
Lee, that's the insidiousness of this.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're going to try to address it, but it's too late now. You've got a madman in there destroying the country.
But
and you're
it's
not going to
but
get
see,
him out.
here's the thing. Well, I'm hopeful that that will happen. I'm not going to give up hope at this point. But all that he has done with the stroke of a pen can be undone. So let's keep a focus on that.
Okay. Oh my God. Look, Lee.
It can be undone.
I'm not disputing that.
These are executive orders. Just like he's overturning many of the executive orders that the former president did. We can overturn those signatures.
I'm not in disagreement with you at all.
Right.
What I am saying to you is this. He put Mike Pence as vice president for a reason. Mike Pence has called himself standing clear of all of the fallout for a reason. When they get rid of his ass, Mike Pence will be the president.
Oh, no
the
question.
Most anti-gay, anti-black, anti-everything.
Right.
He is a Christian Sharia law. Evangelical Christian Sharia. And if you don't live by his religious beliefs, you got nothing coming. This is why their holding of the House, the Senate, and the presidency is so dangerous. Just wait until they start signing everything. I tell you what.
Okay.
When he won, I said, well, and when he won, I was bickering and arguing back and forth with all of those never Hillary people. Hillary wasn't good enough. The votes that Jill Stein got would have put her over the top to be president.
Yep.
The votes that she missed with cross-check would have put her over the top as president. I could not convince people on my page, so-called friends on my page, people who are anti-Hillary, of one thing, and that's called political reality.
Yeah.
They talk about the lesser of two evils. Hell no. She's not the lesser of two evils. Evil? Hell yeah. But she's not what you got. How many people would replace Donald Trump with Hillary Clinton right now?
Well,
how many people will go for it?
I think there are a number of people that have had that slap in the face and that, reality check by now. But, here's, I have to give, and this is not out of real admiration, but I have to give credit to the Republican Party that put a good strategy together, because a Jill Stein, the purging of the voting rolls across the country, he said in 38 states, with the noise that Trump did, that combination, it was more than a 1-2 punch. It was like a barrage of secret weapons, if you will, but a combination of different obstructions that went on simultaneously while the Democrats were doing good old straight up groundwork, campaigning, getting people out to vote, the things that they've always done. And it was brilliant. It worked. It worked.
Why don't you just congratulate the syphilis givers who gave the army people, the black people, syphilis on purpose?
I'm being.
See how,
I'm not really loving the fact that they did it. I'm saying that's what they did.
Saying.
Yeah.
But you know what? Young people still feel. When I'll ask them, I'll go, so would you be happy if they put Hillary in, since they still go on this Sanders thing?
Well, that's who they.
Okay.
So it's really a hard situation.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Bernie Sanders. I understand. I wanted Bernie Sanders over Hillary Clinton, but I'm not a blockhead. I'm not a just. I mean, I understood the political reality. And I posted it before, and I'll say it again. I voted for the Affordable Care Act. I voted for civil rights, voting rights. I voted for all of the things that FDR put in place Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. I want single payer Medicare for all. I want all of the things that we need. The restoration of the Voting Rights Act.
Mm-hmm.
I want the destruction of Citizens United. And without Hillary Clinton, there's nowhere in hell you were going to get any of that. And since it was either Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump, you had a choice. It's called political reality.
Mm-hmm.
And people sat with their arms folded on their ass at home with a full diaper and just to go to the goddamn poll.
Yeah, it's true. Like I said, it was a combination of things that happened. Those that just said, I'm not going to vote for either one of them. The people that got purged from the rolls. And the Donald Trump noise that woke up the Walking Dead, all the zombies, all of the hate-filled, racist people that were like called from the crypt.
And that's half the damn country, is it not?
Like the ones in
It
my
is.
building.
That's half the damn country.
It is.
And the white women didn't give two shits on whether Donald Trump was a confessed sexual assaulter.
That's what's
Yeah, I
shocking
don't
to me.
understand why they voted for him.
I don't get that one at all.
I do understand. And I understand this. They were not comfortable in the demographic change that is coming over this country. And as long as they can keep that white power structure, alt-right, radical right, you give it a name. If they can keep that in power, they feel safer.
Well, I understand it more from a white male perspective than I do. I was quite shocked that he got as many female votes as he did, because I've always given credit to ladies of being more progressive, and whether black, white, blue, or green, it didn't matter. But women have always been the trendsetters, the people who take the chances, that see the change and embrace it. You know, that motherhood. But it didn't work this time, apparently. So I was shocked by that. I was also shocked by the number of Latinos that voted for him.
Oh.
So that was quite shocking. I mean, he didn't get any more black votes than I thought he was going to get. So there was no shock there. But the Hispanic and the female vote, I was a little bit amazed at.
But the black vote was down, Lee. The black vote was down by 2% because of the purging.
Yeah.
And that was enough.
Yeah. It was like that combination of things. 2% here, 3% there, 5% there. All of those percentages add up to a victory.
And I mean, you can admire the diabolical 2-3 shot technique, but you can also admire the diabolical insidiousness of racism.
What I am confused and disappointed is that the Democrats didn't realize what was going on and didn't put up a fight against it. Didn't try to stop it.
Well, Lee, here's my take.
Or was it a situation of a snowball rolling down a snow-covered hill that's growing and you can't stop it?
Well, it's a matter of you didn't see that snowball coming.
Yeah.
Why didn't you see that snowball coming? Because you weren't fighting on the correct battlefield.
Hmm.
And when I say the correct battlefield, I simply mean this. Donald Trump got to the left of her on trade. And she wasn't going to budge off trade. But he got to, and what trade did, what has he done since he's gotten into office? Absolutely nothing.
Well, he's done a lot for his own benefit, his own kids. And he's got patents approved now in China that he was trying to get approved and couldn't, but he had that meeting with the Chinese ambassador or whoever he was, and all of a sudden, the gates were open. They got all these patents that he's been personally trying to get in China for years. That's what he's gotten done. More benefit to himself. He's also wrote into that one bill the green light to Chinese investors or anybody $500,000 into a real estate project that the family owns in New Jersey. You get the visa.
If you give 500,000.
That's right.
So I mean,
That's what he's done. It's all for his own personal benefit.
I'm like Apollo now. I got to run, Lee. Frankie, Carol.
All right. Thanks for
been
coming
a
in.
slice.
And we'll talk to you the next time.
All right then.
All right. Have a great day, Alpha.
take
We love
care.
you. You take care of
All
yourself.
right now.
All right. No more cheeseburgers, damn it.
Where's Chris?
Chris is there. He's just, well, no, he isn't.
Chris left.
Chris has left the stadium.
Where did he go?
Chris left.
I don't know. I didn't know he was
Chris
gone.
left a little while back.
I heard the Tinkerbell exit noise, but I didn't realize it was him.
About 25 minutes ago, Chris left.
Oh, okay. Well, Frankie's still there. She's on mute right
Yep.
now, but she's there.
Frankie's on mute.
Yeah. She's probably playing with a cat. No, she has a dog.
Hey.
I think she has a beagle, doesn't she?
Yeah. Little hot dog.
All right,
All right.
Lee.
All right,
Carol,
take care.
you all
Have a great
take
day.
care. All right now. Bye-bye.
But see, what we have to do, ladies and gentlemen, people that are viewing or listening to this broadcast, whether it's live or replay, get engaged. You got to get involved. You can't stick your head in the sand and act like this is not going on. Pay attention. Read more. Understand what the left is doing, what the right is doing. Don't think that it's going to go away. It's not. This is historic, what's going on right now in America. Not in a positive way. It's really nasty what's going on. So I encourage you to wake up, pay attention. I get encouraged because I drive Uber and Lyft. I go out and I meet people. And the conversations that I've been engaged in, and I don't activate the conversation. Usually people will start the conversation and ask me a question, and I'll answer it from my perspective.
You're that kind of man.
Yeah. So the young people are getting more and more engaged. I dropped a guy off up in the hills in Beverly Hills somewhere, one of those wild and winding and twisting roads. And when we got to the destination, he didn't want to get out of the car. And I'm going to guess he was maybe 28 to 30 years old. We sat there and talked for a couple more minutes. I had ended the fare and everything. He says, man, I'm going to tell my mom about your radio show because she loves this kind of engagement and conversation. I said, well, please turn her on to the show. And I want you to listen too. He goes, I will. I'm really surprised at some of the things that you're saying that I just didn't know about. I said, well, be informed, man. You gotta wake up, pay attention, get engaged, be a part of it.
Right.
You know, it's important. Get a little closer to your mic, Frankie.
I said, preach it, brother.
Thank you very much. Well, the only thing about my preaching is I'll never ask you for money. There will be no plates passed in my church.
That's the best kind.
That's right. You're going to get it straight, clean, and clear. No matter what anybody else says, I'm not going to lie to you. If I make a mistake and give you some information that's not correct, I'll come back and correct that. I said, nope, that was wrong. I had Carol to research it, and she said it was wrong.
Oh, just blame Trump.
Well, yeah, Trump did it, damn it. That's what they used to do to Obama. Anything that went wrong, Obama did it. Woke up this morning, my coffee was cold. Damn Obama. What's wrong with Obama? Can't get my coffee hot. What's up with him?
Now all the talk is, where is Obama? Obama, please come back.
No, listen. Worse than that, Bush is looking good.
I know.
I'll take Bush over Trump any day.
Amen to that.
He was just an old stupid cowboy. And you know what? He even made jokes about it on TV recently. He's having fun with it. But you know, I have to give it to him.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, I have to get, well, I don't know about all that, but I have to give it to him. For 8 years, I don't remember if he said anything negative towards Obama, it was not a big deal.
Right.
So, and I think that's presidential. you walk away from that office. The next guy's job is up and running. And I've done the same thing about, the different radio stations I've exited. I wish the guy well. Whoever is going to be my replacement, go do it. Do your thing. Now you're in charge. It's up to you to win or lose. Now, what I did, I did. You can build upon my success, or you can destroy it. You have two ways to go. So, you walk away with your head up and wish the next person good luck. Especially as the president of the United States.
But I'll call you right after this if you have some time, because you won't believe what's happening to me right now.
Oh, Lord, what happened now? You grown a little taller?
Oh, Lord. Maybe we'll talk about it tomorrow.
All right. Film at 11. Frankie unveils what's happening with her now, tomorrow on The Lee Michaels Show. All right, Frankie, you have a good day, too.
Yes, sir.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Now it's you and me, Carol.
We're off in 1 minute. I'll do the countdown.
See? I'm stuck with you now. What are we going to do now? You're going to eat the rest of your oatmeal? What is that you eat? Oh, the little crackers? Yeah.
No, really, I wasn't talking, though, for the longest.
You
No, I came in.
Who's that in the red dress you got there? Who is that?
I think she's a midget.
Really? Mm-hmm. I can't tell from here.
She's had a tummy tuck, everything.
She's been sliced and diced?
She had her whole body done, whoever she is.
Does she look good?
He doesn't put the picture, but she must be a midget. That's kind of gross,
Let me see.
huh?
Let me see a little closer. Yeah, she's got the little people booty. Little tiny waist. I'll show
Well,
this
they
to the people.
take their ribs out.
Yeah.
And your
She's
ribs
doing a selfie
protect
on
your
herself.
organs.
Really?
Yeah. The ribs protect different parts of your body.
So they took some of her ribs out?
They
you
take
think?
the ribs out so their waist will be smaller. How about just exercising?
Boy, some people are so vain that, they got to do stuff like that to themselves. Well, folks, we're out of time. We're going to get out of here. We'll see you today is Thursday. We'll be back on Monday. Live show Monday, but we'll have a replay for you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. here on thepowerofvoices.com. Easy for me to say. And we'll see you live again on Monday morning. Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Thank you so much for being a part of the show all week long. You have a great weekend. Be safe, be kind, and be conscious of what's really going on. Don't be fooled. Don't buy the hoodwink, because Mr. Haney is out there trying to sell you something, and it's not real. God bless all of you.
Oh, see, she looks nice.
Oh, yeah, that looks real nice. Have a great day. Bye-bye.